Hi, everyone. I've got a couple of the guys from Evilon today. I've got Kenneth and Jonny. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good. It's very, very warm, but it's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear
It's
you
good.
guys have a bit of the heat wave we had over here in Seattle, but not quite as hot as we got.
No, I know.
It's been this week, and I think all through the week it will be really, really hot every day. So yeah, it's just to be used to it, I guess.
So are you guys working on new music right now? Because you guys have a new single out on Spotify. What's going on with the band now? Because I know there was a little bit of a shift over the last few years with the workings of the band.
We have actually started the recording of our upcoming full-length album. We started drum recordings last Sunday. Yeah, we have started, and hopefully the album will be finished before Christmas. But yeah, we take it as it comes a little bit. But that's the plan, at least.
You never know what will happen, but as Jonny said, we started now this Sunday, and Anders recorded 6 songs.
6 out of 10
on drums. He played really well, and now the album's recordings is started. Yep. And all the songs are written, and Jonny has done demos of all the songs. Actually, we have the demos, so Anders can play to the demos. Plus click, tick, tick, tick. But they have the demos recording with vocals and everything. So we get a feeling.
Are you guys doing all of the recording yourselves in-house, or are you working with somebody else to do the production?
This time we actually do it all by ourselves, because we just built our own studio now. So this is the first time we ever used that. So it's really, really fun to see that the drum sounds and everything is really good. So because we didn't know, we have never built a studio before, but everything sounds just great. And also the guitars and the bass we will record by ourselves, and yeah, the vocals as well. Then we have the same guy that mixed the single for us, that will also mix the album, because he gave us the sound that we have been searching for a long time. So we were really happy with what he made out of it.
He was visiting us now when we started recording drums, and he's a really nice guy, an old friend of mine who did a great job with the single, the production and the mastering and the mixing. So we will have him on the whole album as well, because we were finally we have had the sound that we wanted.
The sound that we have been searching for.
But the studio, as Jonny said, is we have built ourselves now. It's combined. We have a rehearsal space in the same room where the drums being recorded now. So it's exciting. We have so we do all the recordings ourselves, but mixing and mastering and everything is done by Robert, our friend.
So you guys have a signature sound that's like death metal meets Celtic Nordic folk metal. How did you guys decide on your sound, and how did you decide to pull in the Nordic folk culture with it?
Kenneth, I think it's best that you answer that question.
Well, it's kind of a long story, but and long. But we started in 2015. Me and Jonny played in another band, more traditional heavy metal, you could say. I was the bass player at that time. Then I suddenly got tired of bass and began playing more and more guitar instead. And we wanted to start a new band, and we want to play more heavy, more energy music, more brutal. We like heavy metal, but we wanted something more heavy. So we began taking inspirations from a lot of Swedish melodic death metal at the Gates, Amon Amarth, In Flames, and such bands. Tried to make our own sound, but we felt like we wanted more melodies, and we started incorporating melodies, and it was well, a kind of what do you call it, normal reaction that we brought in Celtic and Swedish, because both me and Jonny like the Celtic and Swedish folk music. I've liked that for many years. Though being a metalhead, but I listen to all kinds of music, but especially folk music. It's something special with the sound of the Nordic folk music. So it was I don't find the word I want, but a natural progression, you could say. So we started incorporating more melodies because we like melodies, and we had the growling vocals already then with our former vocalist Joel, but we wanted the kind of contrast, yeah. The brutal, harsh vocals combined with the more melodic melodies, it's a kind of nice mixture. And the music has evolved. We released an EP 2017 with already a lot of melodies. The album was even more melodies, and now the new album is, as we have Jonny now as our vocalist, is even more melodic sound. We have songs that have melodies through the whole song, from the intro, verse, choruses, everything. You have a melody going almost in every songs, a continuing melody, as you could almost play them as instrumentals, because the melody is around all the time. So and I don't think the new album will be as brutal. It will still be heavy, but I think we maybe, I don't know. I hope we make our own sound with the output is still brutal in that way, that Jonny is harsh vocals, growling is in your face, but the background is more a little bit more simple now, I think. Not so complex as it was on the album, because there we have long songs, a lot of changes. Now it's more
straightforward, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. So now the melodies has it's been a natural progression. It's we have liked the melodies all the way, and we found a way to put it into our music.
And it's funny that you say that it's not as brutal this time around. And I laughed a little bit at that was you're saying it, because I used I put together a playlist because I'm a gamer, and the song Sound of Tombs is part of my playlist, and it's sandwiched in between like Satyricon and Wartruda and Amon Amarth for Assassin's Creed Valhalla to go around and slay everyone. I mean, that's the heavy style, but if you're going more melodic, are you guys gonna maybe come out a little more like Wardruna sounding, a little more folk?
It's definitely more folk this time. Yeah, it's still heavy, the music itself, and the vocals is still heavy, and it's still heavy subjects and stuff like that, but it's not as heavy as it was. I guess in a way, but it's still, you can still hear that it's Evilon.
Oh yeah, it's still heavy and brutal in a way, but maybe
not in the same way.
A little bit less brutal.
Yeah, and I get that. I understand, like when you mean a little more melodic to it, it's just a little more that folk feel versus just the Swedish heavier sound.
Yes, yes, exactly.
And you guys, you also have a clean vocalist as well. Is the balance for vocals this time going to be more growling or clean?
It's almost only growling this time. It's one part of one song, I guess. I think Yeah, one song.
Two songs. Yggdrasil and Belut. No, what's it called? No, Scout. We have
two songs, but it's just small parts this time. So it's mostly growling vocals this time.
And I do some on the rehearsals I do, and I think maybe as well live I will do the most clean, and then Björn, our bass player, also will do some clean.
Yeah, and some
choir this time, not kind of leads, but more choir clean. And I do, and the rehearsals and live I even do some growling. I like that. It feels good. From my toes to my tongue to growl, but I don't know if I will do it on the recordings. If we'll see, maybe.
You step out on your patio in the mornings and like just let it out.
Yeah, I live close to the wood here, and I wake up the birds in the morning.
So in the new writing, what have you guys discovered this time with your sound in your progression of writing? Have you really, I guess, changed your style, like starkly, like in how you write your process of your new music, or is it still basically the same, with just gone more folk and more melodic?
It's a little bit different this time because the previous albums, me and Kenneth wrote the music together mostly. Kenneth wrote some songs, I wrote some songs. But this time, Kenneth is totally in charge of the music itself. I maybe say some stuff that like, I want more of this or more like that or something like that. And I focus on the lyrics this time, so I can get it the way I want it. Because now when I play guitar and sing at the same time, I really have to think how I put the lyrics so I don't fuck up if I say it like that. So that's a little bit different.
It will be beep in the editing.
It could be beep, yeah. So Kenneth is in charge of the music part this time. And I think that's why it's much more melodic this time as well, because now you can fly away and do what you want a little bit.
Yeah, it's a kind of different focus as I'm now writing all the music, and Jonny for the first time writing all the lyrics, and that's well, it has become that way, and we feel like we are satisfied with that. And I think it's natural that Jonny, who does the vocals, also write the lyrics, so he get it that way he wanted, and he writes from his own soul and mind, and as you said, more melodies. I now write Jonny's stuff. What he's gonna play, and have in mind that he's gonna sing as well. So I don't do too complicated stuff. He's gonna be able to play the guitar and sing as well. So he takes care of most of the rhythms, and I almost play all the melodies now on the new stuff. And I love playing melodies, so that's fine by me.
And it's fine by me as well.
So that's the new kind of way of thinking. Earlier I wrote, and Jonny wrote, he played more melodies during vocal session, and the vocal was going on, but now I think he's gonna sing as well, so he don't have to play a lot of blah, 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 blah. It is more. So that's a new kind of thinking when I write. I
constantly album, for an example, you can say that the one who wrote the song was the one who played the melodies, because oh no, this is my song, I have to play the melodies a little bit like
earlier, yes. On the album it wasn't like the way.
Yeah, and now you are in sort of almost all the melodies, so that's good. I think that's better.
Are you guys using any sort of heritage, old school instruments this time, like hurdy-gurdies or anything in the album?
No, unfortunately.
See what?
Not really ones. We have violins and flutes and stuff like that, but that's all MIDI. It's not really instruments in that way. So live it will not be any violins or stuff like that. But yeah, you know, what you call it? Nyckelharpa. Nej, mungiga, vad heter det?
You understand our Swedish, Diane? Mungiga.
That one I don't get.
It's a little thing you play in your mouth and go.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You know it?
I know what you're talking
A
about.
little
but I don't know
metal
what it's
thing that you kind
Yeah.
of a little metal.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
Mungiga in Swedish.
To translate, it's use harp.
Okay.
I don't know if that's correct. I have no idea. Yeah. Anyway.
No, we write for. I write for both violins and flute, but on the recordings it's MIDI. It's programmed, so it's not real violins and real flutes. But well, it's not easy to find people who play this kind of instruments around. We live in some different places around here in Värmland, but it's small towns, and there's not that much people that play those instruments and want to join a metal band. So, well, maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe we will have a fiddle player joining us and hurdy-gurdy. I wouldn't mind. It would be nice. Absolutely.
Well, I think that when people talk folk metal, they kind of expect some of the old sounds to come with that. And I see a lot of it. And we even in Seattle here, you know, people love the folk metal sound. And we have local players here that play hurdy-gurdy. And it's always shocking to me when I find people, I'm like, you wouldn't expect that in this region, really. But there's a growing love for it.
It is.
I play a lot of instruments. I'm a music teacher, so I have to play both drums, guitar, piano, guitar, and a lot of stuff. But I never tried the hurdy-gurdy. Maybe sometime in the future. Who knows?
So let me ask you each, what was your call that brought you into music? What is a song you heard or somebody you saw perform that really said music is where I'm headed?
For me, I guess it was when I was in high school and took some music classes. I think it was that simple. I played a little bit of guitar and I was hooked right away. So I bought an old guitar and started to practice at home as well. And later on, I bought an electric guitar, and that was like a new flame came up to me. And I think it's been that way.
For me, it was when I discovered heavy metal. The first band in the 80s that a cousin of mine said, you have to listen to this. I grew up listening to a lot of 60s music, a lot of Beatles was one of my favorites. And then suddenly I discovered heavy metal, Iron Maiden. And I also had music lessons. We had some acoustic guitars. We had one piano and one, we call it big bass, acoustic bass. Yeah.
Cello or something?
No, bigger than cello. The one that's bigger. Yeah. And that's all we had. But I tried the acoustic guitar and said, wow, this is kind of Iron Maiden-ish. And I took some lessons, and but it was really heavy metal. And when I heard Metallica for the first time, I knew that I have to do this. Kind of angry teenager. All the whole world was very strange, you know. No one understood you, and you know, teenager searching for the meaning of life. And I heard Metallica and thought, I want to do that. It made me feel so good listening to Metallica and Maiden, so I wanted to create that for myself.
So you guys in Sweden, you've got a very rich culture in the music and the arts. It's something that's kind of ingrained to your region. in other areas of the world, we don't have a lot of that, where people have access to learning music and stuff. In the United States, we used to have a lot of it in schools, and it's gone now. It's just most schools just don't do it. It's more focused on education. What do you think about the importance of music as part of your foundation of education and how to keep it alive?
Well, obviously I'm gonna say that I think it's really important. I think music is a way for people to express themselves, I think. And I think by doing that, it will help men actually to feel better by themselves, feel better in general. And it's also a great way to, start a band, be around people that like the same things as you do. So in that way, I think it's really important, for sure.
Mm.
And since you teach, Ken, what do you think about the importance of schooling and I guess music education?
Well, I hope it's important because I'm an educated music teacher myself, and have been working now totally 16 years, teaching all from young children to older children, and in ordinary school, what you call it, where everyone goes.
Like
yeah, not
primary
special.
school.
Primary school, yes, primary. And I also have taught at kind of special music school where you go and play violin, you play flute, you play saxophone, and I teach bass and guitar. So I think it's important with the music because everyone needs music in some kind of way in their life, I think. Some people don't just dance to music. Some people may party to music and work out to music. They run, jogging, listening to music. It makes working to music. A lot of people work in the industry and they have headphones with music, and it makes everything easier.
Absolutely.
For
Yes.
me, it's life, it's the most important thing I have, except for my wife. I think it's more important, but then comes music.
I don't know. I think some people
And my
think
animals, and yeah, but
the guitar collection is a little more important. I think I saw this t-shirt at a guitar festival that said, love one woman or love many guitars. So it's kind of that.
I love both.
So you guys were signed to Wormhole Death back in 2017. Are you guys still with Wormhole Death? What's the album going to come out on this time? Is it self-release, label?
I don't think really we have discussed that much, but I think we will release it ourselves this time, actually, and do more like we did with the single, because in my opinion, that worked out pretty good. And nowadays we have some contacts we can call and get some interviews and get some play time on radio and stuff like that. So I think we will release it ourselves, but not for sure yet. Not really sure.
Yeah, we had we were not in that way signed for Wormhole Death. We had a contract for you can say distribution of the album. So they had the distribution, the PR, all that stuff. So we didn't have a traditional record deal in that way. We had a distribution deal with the Wormhole, and that was only for the first album. So nothing has been said for work with them, and we don't know. We have maybe we will find some record company, but it's we are not focusing on that now. I don't know. maybe we'll try to do it ourselves. As the situation is now, it's leaning towards that, I think.
Yeah, and as for now, we are focusing on to get music out and make people hear the new stuff and stuff like that, and not the focus is not on to find a new record deal or something like that. We just want the music out for the people.
Yeah, and the best way to do it, I guess no one really knows what's the very best way. We hope that we do these kind of interviews and we send it to radio stations. We get some reviews and that, and people may hear of us, and it will spread because we want our music to be spread to as many people as possible that maybe like it, because we think it's worth listening to us, to our music, because we think it's so good.
And so that lends into this next question is, what about touring? What are you guys planning on doing any gigs this year? Are you going to start touring again next year? What's it looking like for you guys?
Not so much this year. This year we will focusing on the album, of course. But we have a gig in January next year in Oslo. So that will be the first gig for us for about, what is it?
Very long
1.5 years, 2 years, something like that, before the pandemic. So we're really looking forward to that. It will be really fun to get out again. And now with a new sound and yes, vocal, you know, it's a new thing again. So really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it took a long time. The whole process of Joel leaving, it was not good for the band, so it took a long time for us to finally consider that we would go separate ways with him. And we had a lot of auditions, and it took some time before Jonny decided to start the vocals. So no concerts for a long time, so it will be very nice to as Jonny says, in Oslo, festival, Winter Metal Fest 2022. So that will be very nice. And we have been very low with this finding gigs and that stuff now, because of this Corona situation. But now, at least in Sweden, things seems better. But our neighbor country Norway, they have been very strict. They have locked down everything, and the possibility to go to Norway has been zero. But I hope in January that they will let us over the border.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
I think we're all hoping that it gets there, because I'm ready to go back overseas and do my normal stuff. And like everyone's like, well, things are coming here. I'm like, I get things are coming here, but it's not the same as what you're used to when you go to festivals overseas. And the music scene is so much deeper there than what we normally have here.
Mm-hmm.
So any last words for the people that are just discovering your music or are going to come and find you guys in the next year? Anything you want to let them know about the band Evilon and what you guys are going to be doing going forward?
Yeah, the album that we're working on right now is, in my opinion, the best album we have done so far, without hesitation. And I think you can hear at the single "Walk Up to Them," and that is a good waypoint to where the band is going. You can hear a lot of difference in that song only, and it will be a lot of more like that in the album. And I don't think that people will be disappointed if I put it that way. I think and hope that people will really enjoy the new album, because I do.
Yeah. I think also everyone says their new album is the best ever, and that's it's kind of cliche so to say, I think, but we really think so.
I really think so.
It's a new vocalist, as Jonny now doing the vocals, and it's sounding very, very good, and combined with a little more, as we have changed our genre description. Earlier we called it melodic death metal with folk metal influences, I think, and now we only call it folk metal, and now we think it's really folk metal. No hurdy-gurdy, but except for that, we think it's really
A lot of folk.
that many people will enjoy. So keep your ears and eyes and open, and look out for the album that will, and maybe some single before the album.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe some more music video. That music video we did on Walk on the Damned, we did all ourselves. It's completely DIY.
DIY.
Do it yourself. Yeah. So maybe some more videos before the album, but so keep tuned.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining me today. And guys, you guys can find Evilon. They are on Facebook at Evilon. They are on Instagram at Evilon Official. You can find them on Spotify. The new single Walk of the Damned is out now. Go find them, connect with them, and make sure you're following along, because I love what you guys have done in the past. And so I'm looking forward to this next chapter. And, you know, I think people are going to be really surprised what you have to offer.
Thank you.
Yep.
I think and hope that you will like it. As I said.
Well, thanks so much, guys. And again, everyone out there, go find Evilon, go stream their new single, Walk of the Damned. Now give that some support on Spotify. Go look on YouTube, find them. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.